Well, New England is coming close to an all-time record for electric consumption.
Yeah, because of that, people that regulate the power grid are asking for you to cut back for the next couple of days. Our chief political correspondent Mark Davis live now with more on how the heat wave is affecting the region's electric supply. Mark?
Hi, Darren and Sonia. Good evening, everyone, from the Hartford newsroom. The biggest users of electricity in New England are southwestern Connecticut, that area from New Haven along 95 down to Greenwich, and the greater Boston area. And both areas are inching towards records this week. As Connecticut and the rest of the region bear up in the heat and humidity, electric power consumption for the 6 New England states is expected to come very close to the all-time record this week. This is one of the big air conditioning units on the rooftop of a 10-story office building, working real hard to keep everybody inside the building cool and comfortable in this heat. Now multiply this by the hundreds of office buildings in New Haven, Hartford, Bridgeport, and Stamford, and you can see why the energy supply of the region is being stressed. This is the massive control room for ISO New England, located just over the border in western Massachusetts. This control room regulates the power flow to all 6 New England states from the region's 350 electric power plants. They have given the order that all plants must be operating this week.
Early yesterday morning, we asked for unnecessary maintenance of power plants and transmission lines to be postponed until the heat wave subsides.
Here's why. Today's peak demand was expected to be 27,500 megawatts. Tomorrow, 27,700. And Thursday is projected to be 27,800 megawatts. Very close to the all-time record. That was set in August of 2006 at 28,130 megawatts. Because this heat wave is hitting all of the Northeast, getting power from other states may not be possible. So ISO New England is asking you to turn your thermostat up a degree or two if you can, and to try to conserve power between noon and 8 p.m. by not using unnecessary equipment, appliances, and lights.
The request that we put out today is a voluntary conservation. It's really a precautionary measure because we are looking at an extended heat wave, and the conditions on the system are likely to grow tighter as the week goes on.
Now, you may recall early in the last decade, we had these kind of warnings from ISO New England almost all the time, every time it really got hot. That's changed because in the last 5 years, nearly $5 billion has been invested in transmission lines and in new power plants across the region. So these kinds of warnings should be less frequent, although it seems to be hotter and more humid this year than I remember. Well, maybe it's just me and I'm getting old. Live from the Hartford newsroom, well, I am getting old. Live from the Hartford newsroom, Mark Davis, News 8.